If you consider a system of so many particles and let us say this is the axis, this is m1 and the distance of this one is x1, this is m2, x2 and so on. Let us say the center of mass for this one is somewhere here. So, this I call it as xcm. So, what is the x coordinate of center of mass, which is given by m1 x1 plus m2 x2 and so on, that is mn xn by m1 plus m2 and so on mn. Similarly, if you take y coordinates, the y coordinate of center of mass of the system when the body is in xy plane is m1 y1 plus m2 y2 and so on mn yn by m1 plus m2 and so on mn. Now, suppose if the body is in a space, this ZCOM is also given as m1 z1 plus m2 z2 and so on mn zn by m1 plus m2 and so on mn. Now, this can be simplified as the system has n particles there. So, it consists of n small particles. I can write this as product of mass and distance from one of the axis, mass and distance, mass and distance. These are all moments of masses. So, where we can write sigma m I r I by sigma m. Sigma m means sum of all the masses of all the particles in this body. So, this is where I is equal to 1 to n. So, this index I indicates 1 to n. Similarly, this is actually sigma mi xi. This you can write sigma mi yi by sigma m with I is equal to 1 to n. This is sigma mi zi by sigma m with I is equal to 1 to n. Now, instead of this, you can represent the same thing as with respect to in terms of the position vectors. You can write this as RCOM is given by sigma mi ri by sigma m, where sigma m is the total mass of all the particles in the body, which we call it as the total mass of the body. Let the total mass of this body is m. So, you can write this as a sigma mi xi by capital M. This is sigma mi yi by capital M, sigma mi zi by capital M. But what is this position vector? We know that the position of any particle is given by a position vector which is given by r. So, if it is r1, so this is r1 is nothing but x1, y1, z1. So, r bar can be written as x1 I cap, y1 j cap, z1 k cap. Similarly, r2 position vector of the second particle is like this, x2 I cap, y2 j cap, z2 k cap. Similarly, the position vector of the center of mass, this is denoted by the letter capital R. So, capital R bar is given by x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. So, instead of these three, we can write the center of mass in terms of the position vector, that is center of mass of this body, that is position vector of the center of mass of the body is given by sigma mi ri by sigma m, or you can write sigma mi ri by capital M, where capital M is the total mass of the body. Now, for distributed masses like this, we can use this formula, but if you take uniformly distributed masses like a scale, then we can write this. We can use the method of calculus to find the center of mass of the body. Now, let me take one scale here. This is a scale. Now, scale consists of so many particles, wooden particles here. Here, the mass, the particles will be distributed uniformly throughout its volume. So continue, it will continue like this. So this is a uniformly distributed mass. So for such problems, what we can write? We can use the x coordinate and y coordinate here. This is y coordinate, this is x axis. Now, for this particle, this is x1 and this is y1. For next particle, this will be x2 and y2, so on, it will continue. So then, what we can write? We can use, as it is uniformly distributed mass, if you want to add all these mass into distance, that is movement of masses and adding all these, so it is a very big process. So because we need to take each and every particle, multiply each and every mass with the distance from y axis or x axis when adding them. So it is a very difficult process. So that's why integration will become very easy here. The process of integration is very easy. Here what I am going to do? I am going to take a small strip of it. So I have to divide the scale into small strips here. So each strip, let us say, will have equal number of particles. Why? Because this is uniformly distributed. Uniform distribution means for every strip, the number of particles present will be same. So due to this, what we are going to write? So in this case, let us say the mass of this small strip, mass of the entire body is capital M, and mass of this one is m, and mass of the small strip is dm, and the distance of this one from here to here is x. If you find center of mass for this small strip, and if you integrate from the lower limit to higher limit, upper limit, then you will get a total center of mass of this one somewhere here. We will learn this integration in second year PUC mathematics, but now we can write this equation as XCOM is given by, this is actually speaking, the mass of this one is dm and distance is x. So the product of mass into this distance, the product of mass of the small element and distance is dm into x. So let me take this mass dm and distance of this strip from y axis is x. So this is the product of mass and distance. Now, if you integrate this one with this limit to that limit, lower limit to upper limit, so you will get the entire movement of these particles, of all these particles. So what I am going to write? This will become integral dm into x by integral dm. So which you can write integral x into dm by capital M. So this is how you can find XCOM. Similarly, YCOM will become integral y into dm by capital M. Similarly, ZCOM. So I am going to write here YCOM will become integral y into dm by capital M. Similarly, ZCOM will be integral z into dm by capital M. Next topic, motion of center of mass. So this is a body with the different particles. So when a force acts on this one, let us say body is moving along a straight line. It is possible only if the force is acting at the center of mass of this body. So the motion of this body is described by this velocity of center of mass. Now, first of all, what is the center of mass of this body? We know that in terms of position vectors, we can write m1 r1 plus m2 r2 plus m3 r3 and so on, mn rn by the total mass of this body, actually m1 plus m2 plus m3, which we can write this. But as it is a vector, we can write r bar, r1 bar, r2 bar, r3 bar, rn bar. These are all position vectors of different particles. Now, if you take this equation, this is the position vector position vector of center of mass of system of particles. This is R bar. Now, how to describe the motion of this body as a whole in terms of center of mass? Now, let me take this is equation 1, differentiate equation 1 with respect to time on both sides. So, now I am going to differentiate this one. So, this is a d by dt of R bar. So, I am differentiating the position vector of the center of mass with respect to time on left side, and this is equal to d by dt of m1 r1 plus m2 r2 and so on mn rn by total mass m. We know that whether it is integration or differentiation, first we need to bring the constant terms outside. Here total m is the total mass of this body. The total mass of this body is m. So, bring it outside. So, you can write this as differentiate the position with respect to time. We know that rate of change of position is called velocity. So, this is nothing but this is RCM, RCOM. It will become VCOM bar, which is equal to this 1 by m will come outside, and now let me differentiate each and every term here. So, this will become d by dt of m1 r1, d by dt of m2 r2 and so on, d by dt of mn rn. Now, this can be written as 1 by m. Here m1, mass of the particle is always constant. The position vector may change. So, I can write m1. This will become d by dt of r1 bar plus mass is constant, bring it outside, m2, d by dt of r2 bar and so on. This is m3, d by dt of rn bar. So, this can be written as 1 by m. This is nothing but the rate of change in position of that particle 1, first particle. So, this is the position vector. So, this position vector is changing at rate t. If delta t is very small and dt is taken like this you can write as mv. So, you can write m1 v1 plus this is m2, this is v2. These are all vectors, velocity vectors and so on. This is mn vn by this 1 by m, already I wrote it outside. But what is this m1 v1? This is the product of mass of the first particle and velocity of the first particle. We can write it as momentum of this particle. So, p1 plus p2 and so on, pn by total m. So, the velocity, center of mass of velocity vector is given by this p1 plus p2 plus p3. Let us say this is the first particle of mass m1 and it is at a distance of from this position vector r1. Let us say due to the application of this force, this body is moving, let the velocity of this one is v1. So, what is the momentum of this particle? p1 bar, this is v1 bar, this is r1 bar. Now, if you take the sum of all these values, that is sum of the product of mass and velocity of each and every particle, you will get momentum of each particle, and if you add all these you will get the net momentum of the system by m. So, this is the obvious equation what we are going to write. V bar is equal P net bar by total mass. So, momentum is equal to mass into velocity. This is the total momentum of the body. This is the total mass of the system. This is the total velocity. What is meant by total velocity here? That is nothing but velocity of the center of mass of this body. So this center of mass of this body is moving with some velocity. So how to find the velocity of center of mass? The velocity of center of mass can be given by product of mass of each particle into velocity of that particle plus mass of the second particle into velocity of second particle and so on, and up to mass of nth particle into velocity of nth particle by total mass. So this is the velocity of center of mass of the system. So the velocity of center of mass of the system is equal to sum of the products of mass of each particle and its velocity by the total mass. Now cross multiply this one, what you are going to get? Total mass of this body, the velocity of center of mass of the body is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 and so on, mn vn. Generally, in any problem in previous lessons, motion a straight line, motion a plane, a bus is moving with a velocity 20 meter per second. What is the 20 meter per second? The 20 meters per second velocity, the velocity of center of mass of the bus only. So always remember this one, whenever velocity is given for a body or for a particle, that is nothing but the velocity of center of mass of that body only. Now this is equal to mass into velocity, we call it as a momentum, the total momentum of this entire body, that is total mass into the velocity of center of mass of the system, which is given by P1 plus P2 plus P3 and so on, Pn. Remember, these are all vectors. So what we are going to write? The total momentum of the body. What is this? Total momentum of the body or system of particles is equal to sum of the momentums of individual particles of the body. Sum of the momentums of individual particles of the body. Now, let me take the same expression here. I am going to take this VCOM, that is velocity of center of mass of the system, which is given by m1 v1 bar plus m2 v2 bar plus and so on, mn vn bar by total mass of body capital M. Once again, I am going to differentiate this equation 2, this is equation 2 with respect to time on both sides. So what I am going to write? Differentiate equation 2 with respect to time. Now what we are going to get? So I am going to differentiate this one. I am going to differentiate this velocity of center of mass. This is d by dt. This is the expression 2. So now let me write this one. This is VCOM. This is m1 v1 plus m2 v2 bar and so on, mn vn bar by total m. Here also, similar to the previous derivation, we know that the rate of change of velocity of a body is called acceleration, as it is velocity of center of mass of the system. If you differentiate velocity with respect to time, you will get acceleration of center of mass of the body. Once again, this is a vector. So here m1 is a constant value, bring it outside, and capital M is also constant. So 1 by m will be constant. This will be m1. dv by dt we can write as a1 bar. This is m2 a2 bar and so on, mn an bar. So this is the expression. So what is the expression for center of mass of the body? That is acceleration of center of mass of the system is given by, this is m1 a1 plus m2 a2 so on, mn an bar by total mass m. And this is the expression of for acceleration of center of mass of the system. And you can see this one, this is nothing but mass of this particle m1 As it is was at rest previously, when a force applied, it gained some velocity. That means there is some change in velocity in a small interval of time. We call it as acceleration. So this is the mass of the first particle, acceleration produced in the second first particle. This is mass of second particle, acceleration produced in the second particle. So on we can write F1 plus F2. These are all this one, and so on. Fn by capital M. What are the sum of all these forces? Each and every particle experiences some force. This particle experiences a force F1. So this is experiencing some force F1 here. This is F1. Similarly, second particle experiences a force F2, third particle F3, fourth particle F4. If you add all these, you will get the total force acting on the system. So what I am going to write here, this is the total net force acting on the system by total mass. So we can write acceleration of center of mass of the system is given by the net force acting on this body by total mass. By cross multiplication you get F net is nothing but the total mass into acceleration of center of mass of this one. In Newton's second law, we wrote that F is equal to ma, where m is the mass of body, a is acceleration. What is that acceleration? Whenever a body is given, so that acceleration is nothing but acceleration of center of mass of the system. If you observe this one, ACM, this is a total net force by total mass. That means this body is moving such that the total mass of this body is concentrated at the center, that is at the center of mass, that is total mass is concentrated at that point, and all the net forces, that is all the external forces, that is F1, F2, F3, F4, sum of all these forces are acting at that point only. So we have to assume that this force here F is nothing but F1 plus F2 plus F3 and so on Fn. So this net force is acting at the center of mass of the body, and the body is moving as such that the total force is acting on this body at that point only. There is a problem. In a system of 3 particles of masses 2 grams, 3 grams and 5 grams are moving with velocities 3 meter per second, 8 meter per second and minus 2 meter per second, find the velocity of center of mass of the system. The velocity of center of mass of the system. We know this formula, velocity of center of mass of system is given by m1 v1 plus m2 v2 plus m3 v3 by m1 plus m2 plus m3. So in this problem, you substitute these values. Mass is equal to 2 grams first mass, and first velocity of the first particle is 3. This is in grams, this is in meter per second. So no problem. Why? Because in denominator also we are going to get mass in grams, and grams get cancelled. You will get only the velocity plus 3 into 8 plus 5 into minus 2 by sum of the masses 2 plus 3 plus 5. So 2 3s are 6. This is 24. This is 10, 5, 8, 10. So this is 10 grams, and this is gram into meter per second. So this is gram meter per second. So this is 14 plus 6, 20 by 10. Remember students, this is product of mass and velocity, that is gram into meter per second by gram. Gram get cancelled. That's why I did not convert this grams into kgs. So now this will become 2 meter per second. Now in this problem, the system consists of 3 particles. One is 2 grams, the other one is 3 grams, the last one is 5 grams. This is moving in this direction 3 meter per second. This is also moving in this direction. This is 8 meter per second, and this is moving in this direction minus 2 meter per second. Remember, this is not a rigid body. For rigid body, all the particles will move in the same direction. That's why I did not mention that one. This is a non-rigid or flexible body. So as a whole, this will get a velocity in this direction. Means center of mass of this system will get a velocity of 2 meter per second. Let us say if third particle also moving in the same direction plus, then this will become plus, this will become plus 30, this will become 40, and the answer would be 4 meter per second. Similarly, if the same problem is given such that the accelerations are given here, instead of velocity, let us say this is a1 which is equal to 3 meter per second square, a2 8 meter per second square, a3, let us say this is also in the same direction plus 2. So what is the acceleration of center of mass of the system? The formula m1a1 plus m2a2 plus m3a3 by m1 plus m2 plus m3. So it is also similar to the previous one. I am not going to convert this grams into kgs. Why? Because in numerator we have grams and denominator will get grams only. Now I am going to multiply this. 2 3s are 2 into 3, this is 3 into 8, 5 into 2 by 2 plus 3 plus 5, this is 10, this is 6 plus 24 plus 10, 30, 40 by 10 which is equal to 4 meter per second square. Here there is a circular disc of radius, let us say r. From this circular disc, a small disc is removed. So radius of this big disc is, bigger disc is r, and the radius of this one is from here to here r by 2, this is r by 2, let us say this is r by 4. So this is r by 4, this radius is r by 4. So here problem is a small disc of radius r by 4 is removed from a big circular disc of radius capital. Here a small disc or a small circular portion of radius r by 4 is removed from a big circular disc of radius r. What is the shift in the position of center of mass of the system? So when the center of mass, the present center of mass is not given. So before, this is the question. So solution, before removing circular portion, so what would be the center of mass of this one? So we have to assume that this is the y axis, this is the x axis, this is the origin. So this will be the, as it is a symmetrical body, center of mass will lie exactly at the geometric center of the symmetrical bodies. So let me take this as O. So O be the center of mass. Let O be the center of mass of circular disc, original circular disc. That is nothing but O is nothing but 0, 0. Now, if you remove this one, after removing circular portion, so what happens to the center of mass? We know that mass is distributed uniformly before removing this portion. When the mass is removed this side, so more mass will be distributed or concentrated on left side of this diagram. So center of mass will move in this direction. So it will be somewhere here. This is the new center of mass. Let me take it as O dash. Now, for this what I am going to write, xcm is equal m1 x1 minus m2 x2 by m1 plus m2. For the same problem, for a circular disc, if a small circular portion is added, then you have to write plus here, but it is removed, so you write minus here. So what is the mass of this one? As we know that mass is equal to density into volume. this is area into thickness into volume. So mass directly proportional, sorry, this is density into volume. So density into area into thickness. Density is constant, thickness is constant. So mass directly proportional to area. So this expression can be written as A1 x1 minus A2 x2 by A1 minus A2. What is the area of the big disk? So this one, pi r square. What is the center of mass of that original disk? This is x1 for this whole body. So this is 0 only, minus. What is the area of this small circular portion removed from the disk? So that is pi r by 4 whole square into what is the center of mass of this disk, the circular portion. So from here to here, this is r by 2, this is another r by 2. So total this is r by 2 plus r by 4. So total together this will become 3r by 4. So this is 3r by 4 by, this is the new center of mass of this small circular portion removed from this one, by total area of this one with pi r square minus pi r square by 16. Now what I am going to write? This will become pi r square into 0 will become 0. So the remaining terms are minus pi r square by 16 into 3r by 4 by, in denominator we have 16 pi r square minus pi r square, that is 15 pi r square by 16 will become 16 by 15 pi r square. You can cancel this pi r square and pi r square here, this 16 and 16 here. So remaining terms are minus 3r by 15 fours are, this is 60, 3 ones and 3 twos, this is minus r by 20. So what is the new center of mass along x-axis? So instead of this previous point, now it moves by r by 20. Here I got negative sign. Why? Because the center of mass will move towards the negative x-axis. So this is the new position of center of mass. So what is the shift now? New position minus old position. So nothing but r by 20. If it is in centimeters, if r is in centimeters, your answer will be r by 20 centimeters. If it is in meters, then it will be meter. But it is not mentioned anywhere in the problem. That means this is only given as r by 4. So you have to leave it. Don't keep any units there. Suppose if it is given as radius of r by 4 centimeter, your answer should be in centimeter. If it is given in meters, your answer should be in meters. If sometimes they may give r by 4 units, then your answer will be minus r by 20 units. In this problem, instead of this circular portion, let us say one square is removed from this circular disc. If a square is removed here, so if this portion is removed from the circular disc, the center of mass of this disc will not change, will not be altered. It remains as origin only. Why? Because the portion that is removed here is symmetrical in all 4 directions, that is along about x-axis as well as about y-axis. Let us say this is removed somewhere here from this portion. Now, a circular disc of radius, this is capital R, and this side of this one is, let us say, r by 2, and this is also r by 2. This is r by 2, and this one is also r by 2. Then, if this portion is removed here, then what is the new position of center of mass? Here, a small square of side r by 2. A small square of side r by 2 is removed from a big circular disc of radius r, as shown in the figure. So let me take this is r by 2 centimeter, so that I will get this is also of radius r centimeter as shown in the figure. What is the shift in the position of center of mass? We know that as we are removing the body or the portion from the right side of this diagram, center of mass will move towards left. Otherwise, let me take this r by 2 somewhere here, because in the previous problem we removed a circular portion from that side. So this will be r by 2, and the radius of the circular disc will be, this is r and this is r by 2, and this is also r by 2. So when it is removed here, then what happens? We will see. Before removing the square portion, as usual, O be the center of mass of the circular disc, that is 0 and 0. After removing this square area, square portion from this one, the formula remains as xcm is equal to m1 x1 minus m2 x2 by m1 plus m2. What about ycm here? This is xcm dash, new center of mass along x-axis. Ycm remains as 0 only. Why? Because the center of mass will move towards this direction. But the new center of mass will be formed on x-axis only. So for any point on x-axis, y coordinate must be equal to 0. That's why I am not finding ycm either in this problem or in the previous problem. I am not finding this value. Why? Because please remember this one. If any figure is symmetrical about x-axis, y coordinate of center of mass will be 0. So let me write this one. Any given figure is symmetrical about x-axis. So here along this line, about this axis, so the upper portion is exactly symmetrical to the lower portion. So then ycom is always 0. That is, y coordinates of center of mass of the system is always 0. Similarly, if this diagram is symmetrical about y-axis, compulsory the x coordinate of the center of mass of the system must be equal to 0. So that's why I am not finding ycm here. I am just finding only xcm dash. So this is xcm dash is m1 x1 minus m2 x2 by m1, sorry, this is minus here, m1 minus m2. So which is given by a1 x1 minus a2 x2 by a1 minus a2. So now I am going to substitute these values from the diagram. So please remember, this is also minus. So what is the mass of the bigger one? That is area I am writing here. First pi r square into 0 minus, what is the area of this one? Now this is a square. Area of square is length into breadth. R by 2 into R by 2. That is R square by 4 into. What is this xcm for this square? That is center of mass. As it is r by 2, for symmetrical diagram, center of mass lies exactly at the geometric center. If it is r by 2, this must be r by 4. But this is minus r by 4. Please remember this point. By the difference between the masses, that is pi r square minus r square by 4. We know that this is going to become 0. Remember, this minus of minus will become plus. Why? Because center of mass now will move towards right. That is along positive x-axis. This will become plus r cube by 16. This is 4 pi r square minus r square by 4. So by 4 pi r square minus r square by 4. So this will become r cube by 16 into 4 by r square into 4 pi minus 1. This r square and r square get cancelled. 4 1 so 4 4s. This is r by 4 into 4 pi minus 1. That means if you know the r value, you can substitute r value there and you can find the value. And remember, here we got the positive value. Why? Because the center of mass will shift towards the positive x-axis.